Okay, I rustled up enough orans to do this uh, Vran armor. I've got everything you need. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. It starts out at plus 30. So let's make it. Yeah. Now let's try her out. Vran armor. So, vitality is plus 40, reduction of damage from magic plus 20%, resistance to incineration plus 70%, resistance to bleeding plus 70%, resistance to poisoning plus 70%, vitality regeneration plus 2. So let's put some enhancements on it. So we have magic wrap, it's pretty good. It's armor plus 2, damage bonus on science plus 3. Yep, I do that one. And then we have, I think we still have a silver... where is it? Maybe we don't. The male enhancements, armor plus 1, vitality plus 10. Ardenian special forces is armor plus 2. I think we should put that on there. Yeah, this one, Ardenian special forces. So now it's up to 34. Let's see if we can add some vitality. This adds vitality plus 15%. Vitality plus 10%. So we should do the 15% one, which is Elaine Blade. And armor plus 1 as well. Yep. So now it's at vitality, armor plus 35, vitality plus 55, and vitality regeneration plus 2, damage bonus on science plus 3, reduction of damage from magic plus 20%, and at 70% is resistances to incineration, bleeding, and poisoning. Yep. So that's it for the Mystic River, supposedly. Let me just put some stuff in the box here, because we're not going to be needing Drog armor on us anymore. So I wanted to talk to the amazing Lockhart, because I was editing an old video, and he was the one that told me about the sword down in the basement. Right here. Not the basement, in the sewer. So, I think I should talk to him, because he mentioned it has something to do with the wild hunt. And originally I talked to this guy over here, Braz of Banard, and he didn't know jack shit. So let's go. Who are you? Let's go talk to the amazing Lockhart. And he doesn't know anything either. So I'm going to go do some more exploring, and I'm going to go take a look at all those sigils in the gargoyle section and explore places that I've already been. And if anything new comes up, I will be sure to show ya. So I was just talking to Braz of Banard. Actually, I was looking through what he sold, and he had these books, the Runes of Power 1, 2, 3, and 4. I bet my bottom orin that those have to do with those gargoyle runes that I've had trouble with. Ah, the rune of the art resembles a harp. The rune of war looks like a clenched fist. The rune of thunder is a faithful representation of a striking lightning bolt. So these must have to do with... The rune of death resembles a scythe. The rune of sky is a line within a parallelogram, or, as some would have it, pursed mouth. The rune of a butterfly is a line crossed twice. Runes of power 3. The rune of life looks like a blooming flower. The rune of the animal resembles a snake creeping along a riverbed. The rune of fate is a cross within a circle. And the runes of power 4. The rune of weather is an arrow sliced in half. The rune of reason looks like a bear dancing on dew. The rune of time resembles an open hourglass or a chalice. Alright, well, with that knowledge, we should try to go back to the glyphs and see if I can figure them out. And I want to check to see if she has any books too. You sell books? She does. Let's see. See if I have all of these. I'm just gonna cut away, and if I buy any, I'll come back and read them. Okay, before we head out back to the gargoyles, she had many books to buy. Many being 4. And she had a lot of other books, but I have already got them and read them. So let's start off with The Rose and the Flame. This knightly brotherhood, originating in Temeria, initially followed sublime ideas. It could not have been otherwise, that it was founded on the basis of fighting corruption and depravity in the Order of the White Rose. A declining association that, an effect of these reforms, was then transformed into the Order of a Flaming Rose. Unfortunately, strong racist tendencies, even strengthened by the leadership of Jacques de Alsberg, otherwise known as the Grandmaster, turned the new order into a nest of intolerance. Its role in Vizima rebellion still remains morally ambiguous. Okay, and then let's do the Nilfgaardian provinces. The Empire of Nilfgaard is the largest state in the known world, its rule extending over more than a dozen provinces. It has conquered all the realms south of the Amel Mountains and united them under one crown. Black imperial standards, adorned with the golden sun, flutter over buildings and outposts from the Uruga River in the north to Vicoro in the south and the mountains massif of Tur-Taucher in the east. The Empire's mighty armies lie in wait, ready to bring death at their ruler's command or to die eagerly in his name. The Black One's continued march northward was last stopped several years ago through the united effort of the northern kingdoms and the sacrifice of much blood at Brenna. Yet peering across the Uruga on a bright day, one still can see their dark cloaks and the sun glancing off the points of their lances. So they're basically a bunch of badasses. The next book is Marshal Milan Ropinek. Not much apart from memories of its former glory remain of Loch Ween, an elven city situated along the upper reaches of the Pontar. It missed the peaks of the Blue Mountains. It must at one time have been a breathtaking sight, emerging from the morning mist. Today only white ruins mark where it once proudly stood. Centuries ago it was here that the sorcerer Joffrey Monk brought with him the Sources, a group of human children with a gift for the power, to hand them over to the elven sages for training. He managed to overcome the distrust of this elder race, and it seemed that a path to coexistence and cooperation between humans and elves had been opened. Yet history took an altogether different course. A few years later, Redanian armies massacred Loch Ween's population, killing all the elves, regardless of gender or age. Thus began a war that ended with Aelrin's uprising and the massacre at Sherwood, after which most of the surviving elves retreated east into the inaccessible Blue Mountains. And the last one is Diarena's memoirs. Diarena had something to do with the quest that Cynthia was looking. She was looking for Diarena's secret quarters or something. I find the study of bacteria interesting, but focusing on a single subject affects me poorly. I am also plagued by a lack of company, not of other people, who are almost always troublesome ignoramuses, but of someone with whom I could converse at my level. I decided to work on one of the golems and attempt to expand its ability to think and converse. The latter proved simple, yet time will tell if having it memorize poems and philosophical treatises was a good idea. For now I play at riddles with it. Codifying on a single tablet the ability to think properly and logically was a true challenge. I am still having trouble simulating common sense. All my attempts thus far have ended in semantic overload. I am, however, certain that logical axioms will suffice as the most basic rules of thinking. So she must have been trying to bring life to golems or something. So as I was putting stuff away into storage, I found a book that I hadn't read yet. It was in my inventory, and I must have picked it up and just never read it. It's called The Legendary Accursed. The Draug is a mythical creature, issuing straight from ancient legends of heroes and their epic deeds. When your hero descends into a fiery hell to rescue his beloved, or when he seeks to avenge his father's death, the Draug is often his opponent. Why are poets so keen to cast this monster as the archenemy? Well, as a wraith, the Draug fits well into any dark story of a curse or vengeance from the world beyond. Described variously, always as terrifying, its true appearance remains unknown. It is a powerful creature, a prince of the damned, thus making an ideal villain.
We must protest with all
Okay.
our power.
So let's head back to the gargoyles now that we have these books that I think are going to be the answer to figuring out those sigils, or runes, whatever they are. So I'll see you when I get there.